I'm Cory.
And I'm Tymme.
I moved out to California from the East Coast.
I came to LA from Hawaii.
The goal was to be a star.
So I ended up in Hollywood.
For 15 years, I warmed up crowds on American Idol, Dancing with the Stars, and even spent the last decade touring the world as a DJ.
I started as a dancer and performed for artists like Aaliyah, Missy Elliott, and Will Smith. I then authored 3 books and became a pastor.
But through it all, something was missing.
I felt this desire to be a part of something real.
A movement that would change communities.
To tell stories of strength built on people's passions.
Driven by their courage and giving the world hope.
So we've come together to celebrate unsung heroes from around the world. This is The Rise Effect.
Here we are. We are in it.
Do it.
Let's go.
Wow.
Yes. Welcome to the party, y'all. Here it is. Man, good to see you. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever.
Yeah, you've been on vacation.
I mean, if that's what you want to call running around with the God kids and, running through the beach and diving into the pool and all that craziness. I need a vacation from the vacation.
Right.
So, but we had a blast. We, finally got a chance to unplug for a minute, which felt really nice, which is super important. And so now we're back in full swing, and here we are. It's time for a little TRE live.
That's right.
How have you been?
We had an amazing month, man.
Yeah.
TRE. I love it.
So many good things. You want to tee us off?
Sure. I love the episodes we were able to release in this past month. I think one of the things that I mentioned even to my wife, there was just an opportunity to learn and grow for myself, because there were things that I discovered by these guests, things that I didn't have the knowledge base for. And I didn't know the depths of some of these issues that were really breaking down our system of society, in a sense. And so it was just remarkable to hear someone's story. One of our guests' story of the struggle for a certain community and race, another for a global issue that I think he's creating answers that, are out of the box. And so I just learned so much. I was just in awe of all that took place, just because it just expanded me personally,
Yeah. So just to catch people up, it's what we do on the live every single month. It's basically a recap of what we were able to be a part of during the month. So Tymme and I will sit here, and those of you who tune in can put your questions in the chat, or Sue's in the chat. Good to see Sue there. Tara's there.
Yeah.
And so you could, any questions or anything that kind of impacted you, but we share a little bit on what the show's impact was on us personally during the month, and kind of talk a little bit about that. So that's what we do during these lives, and hopefully you've had a chance to check out the episodes. What I love about just what this has allowed us to do, this platform of the Rise Effect, is it's kind of like, all these rocks, all these stones have kind of been there, and we kind of have been able to move them a little bit. And it's like, when you move a stone, there's a whole ecosystem underneath that stone that exists, right?
Yeah.
And you don't know about it. How many times do you walk past that stone? You don't even move it. Then one day you decide to move it. And I feel like that's what the Rise Effect is doing for us, is it's allowing us to start moving these stones and all of these little ecosystems and all of these, communities. We can finally say, hey, let's shed some light on the indigenous people. Let's shed some light on a community that is really flown under the radar. Like, people aren't talking about it. It's not, if you, for lack of a better phrase, it's not trending, but it's about to. And it's so great to be a part of, the initial stages of seeing where that's going, and
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, Kara was just so great, so
He was.
expressive, and so
He was.
I love that about what we're doing with the Rise Effect. And Timmy and I were like, look, this is just for us. It's a passion project. We just want to
Yeah.
shed light on these communities and these stories. And man,
Yeah.
they've opened up our eyes. They've opened up my eyes big time.
Yeah, yeah. It was two topics that weren't typical
Yeah.
in a series, as far as like, you know, the popularity of something, that an issue that people would really be drawn to, but it's so necessary. And then when you hear both these guests, what they're pursuing and what they're trying to change, it was, we kind of had a theme, even though sometimes we don't always stick to a theme monthly, but we kind of had a theme, and it was to inspire change. And that's what they're truly doing. They're blazing a trail where a lot of people didn't know there was a trail. They're pioneering something, but no one's pondering on these issues. No one's really looking at these issues as something that needs a certain level of attention. But it's buried, and it's not seen. But now I love the Rise Effect platform, because they take what's been invisible and give it a voice. And so I think if people could go back and really watch Kara's episode, you guys will really be enlightened and inspired, and you'll learn so much about really what's been taking place for decades. You're right, for the indigenous culture and people, because we really don't want to give away some of these episodes, but we want to kind of share our experience with it, what we've encountered. But I just really want to just challenge people to watch these episodes and take a look at what they can do to support a certain people group that, like you said, has been just kind of under the radar.
And what I love about short form is that, like we've had our friend Misty talk about it, you can watch it in line somewhere. You know what I mean? At a checkout counter, you can watch it there. And it's not we're not asking for a huge commitment, and we're not really even asking for anything. It's these people, these communities who need your eyes and your ears on their causes. And honestly, we've been talking about, Kara Jade Myers, who was our first guest this month, and she talked about the struggle of the indigenous people and what goes on in these reservations, and even the inner racism that happens between
that was interesting.
being born on reservation, off reservation. You'd figure if you are native, you're native, and you're, but even within their communities, there are sects that are, that are kind of pitted against each other. So the racism is deep, which was incredible to me. It was just like, wow. And then hearing the stories, like Timmy said, I don't want to give it away because there's a movie coming out in a few months that I cannot wait. Like, we're going to be there opening night to see that.
Oh, yeah. October. It's coming out in October.
Yeah,
and
we are going to
that's going to expose a lot of things, I think, that's been undercover.
Yeah. Just hearing the depths of that story, and to be able to talk to the actor who plays, like, she's one of the lead roles. I mean, it's her character is what started the movement. So to play that character is pretty incredible. So
there's so many things I want to say about the interview, but I kind of want to. I don't want to, because there were certain things that I was like, I didn't know, really.
Right. Right.
I don't want to give away the goods, but it's a worthy episode to watch. And to learn. But there's certain things that she said, that she shared with us, that I really did not know. Those things took place.
Yeah.
And certain, groups were developed from that. I'm being careful with my words.
Right.
I don't want to be the spoiler. But yeah.
Timmy's doing his best. He's doing his best
I'm doing
tap
my
dance.
best. I was like,
it's a good thing you're a dancer.
No.
It's a good thing you're a dancer. You're doing your best tap dance right now. He's dancing all around it. You're doing a good job of it.
Yeah. I'm almost spoiled what I'm trying to kind of create as a suspense. I almost spoiled. But
it's so good. It's really good. So yeah, for sure, check that one out. That was the first one, and then the one that just aired last week. With Ryan. Man, we sit here also because here we are in Southern California where the sun hasn't shined and it seems like, in years it seems like. But so we're sitting here going, man, here comes the rain again. And you look at the fact that only 3% of the water that is around the world is drinkable.
Yeah.
3%. Like when you think about it, our bodies are mostly made of water. This
Yeah.
globe is mostly made of water, and only
Yeah.
3% of that is drinkable. We
Yeah.
take it for granted. We turn our faucet on, that's water. And we go, I don't really drink tap water. We could. You know what I mean? Where he's going and what he's doing in curing people of sicknesses that are coming from, from their own lack
Yeah.
of clean water is
Yeah.
just incredible. But when you hear those statistics, but
Oh, yeah.
3%, man, it's
People lose their lives on a daily basis because of contaminated water. And for someone that engineered a system that creates water from a source, you got to watch the episode. I think we posted on Instagram already. So,
Yeah.
but he uses the ocean. So I think we already kind of revealed
yeah.
what takes place and what this man is doing when we advertise this episode. But yeah, it's incredible. It really is remarkable. It's groundbreaking. It's awesome what he's doing, and yeah, those facts are heartbreaking because a young child losing their life because of a lack of clean water uh, is how do you fathom that? Like, it's
They're not even given a chance, right? Like they don't even have a chance at life because
Yeah.
up to around 800 are dying. 800 children under the age of 5 are dying
Yeah.
daily because of the lack of water, which
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
we can't afford to be letting our youth go like that. We can't
Yeah.
let them down. And
Yeah.
what Ryan's doing in his whole group, it's really heroic, and it all
Yeah.
and this is what's great about the Rise Effect, right? It all
Yeah.
started with a bike ride. He went on a
Yeah.
bike ride. And I mean, it's not like, hey, I'm just gonna take my bike to Starbucks, get a drink. He
Yeah.
decided to take a bike ride across a country. I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
but
Yeah. I
that's
was gonna say, I'm like,
I'm not, but like
give
he
him a
decides
little bit, dangle it a little bit.
Yeah,
Dangle it a
you
little
know,
bit.
just
We
a
want them to watch
morsel.
the episode.
a morsel or two.
A morsel. Give some
But
crumbs.
Yeah, he takes a bike ride. In the middle of the bike ride, someone approaches him with an idea, which is
Yeah.
all a Rise Effect is. It's an idea, it's a tug, it's just
Yeah.
a little tap in one direction. And he
Yep.
has now gone into villages in El Salvador, in Fiji, and he's brought them this clean drinking water. All
Yep.
because he had a tug, he followed that tug, and he talks about it. He says, look at what I bring to them, you don't need to ship out in sea crates. He fits it in luggage that
Yeah.
you can check for free on flights, and then
Yeah.
he uses the resources that God has given us, right?
Yep.
The sun and the water to
Yep.
create life for these communities. It's really, it's like, I said it jokingly at the beginning of the episode, talking about a Nobel Peace Prize winner, but that's the
Yeah.
stuff that people are doing when like when I said moving the rock. It's just, it's nuts.
Yep. I love that you talked about just having that tug in your heart. And sometimes we can ignore that, like, that's a good idea, but I don't know how much effort or the resources that's available or what the cost would be. And I'm talking about cost and time and effort. And I think we kind of lose heart from the start when we get some little movement in our heart to instead of igniting that and feeding that and allowing that to consume into something that changes communities. And he literally has changed communities.
Yeah.
They're thriving and surviving because of that tug. So I love that you mentioned that because I think the Rise Effect really starts inner before it's released outwardly.
Yeah, I love that. I love what you're saying there. I love that as well. And this is really the reality of what we're doing. And I think that's the key to it is not like you may not be going all over the world to install water, but what is
Yeah.
what is that one little thing on your heart that you're like, man, if I just mention this to one person, if I
Yeah.
mention it to one person, maybe something can change, and it will.
Yeah.
Like, because your rise effect is meant to touch others. And so I think those are this month we had two clear episodes of, one was kind of ingrained since birth, right? Because Carol was born into that culture. That's her DNA, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But she didn't necessarily have to fight. She could choose a different cause, but it's near and dear to her heart, and she pushed for that. And then
Yeah.
with Ryan, it's it was nothing that he could have ever possibly imagined. And he even
Oh,
talked
yeah.
about coming out of a really painful season, going
Yeah.
through something really painful and
Yeah.
being able to rise from that. So
Yeah.
I think this month being able to show how different these episodes can be, yet the core, the through line, is still the rise effect.
Yes, the rise effect.
Did I mention it's the rise effect? If I didn't mention it, look at Timmy's mug right now.
Oh,
Oh, look at that. It's just, I know. It's everywhere. The rise effect is everywhere.
I had no idea.
But it's, yes, that is available on the
I wanna say one
website.
thing. I just want to do a little bumper off of what you just said, because it's incredible what you're talking about, how he well, this is what I loved about the interview. I'll just say this one thing: that once he gained a passion and a knowledge for this thing that he fought for, he said, then I just went on and opened up an opportunity for me to learn, and did 5 years of schooling. And I think, okay, if you get that tug, as you were mentioning, and you're not sure what to do, go and learn.
Right.
Right? Carve out that time to learn how you can make a difference, and what is this tug. Explore it further than just this feeling, this emotion, this overwhelming need to want to help somebody. So I love that he just took a journey of learning everything he could, and now he's changing communities and villages. But he didn't just settle with like, I wonder if I can. Like, he figured out that he could by just getting his degree and such. And you'll hear about a little bit of that journey as you watch the episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, just learn.
Yeah.
Figure it out. If you don't know, I don't know what to do. Find out.
It's a big world out there, and we sometimes think, I'm guilty of it too, we sometimes think we've kind of heard it all, seen it all, and like the last 3 years have taught us anything, is that we haven't seen it all, we don't know
Yeah.
it all, and there's still plenty to learn.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about what we're able to do each and every
Yeah.
week with the Rise Effect.
Speaking of learning, in the episode, you learned a new skill, didn't you?
Well,
In
I
the
don't know if
ocean?
I listen. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I could say I learned it if I didn't really. I quasi caught the wave. I didn't really catch the wave. So if you want to see me look really bad in a wetsuit, definitely stay to the end of that episode, because
Yeah.
I got up
Yes.
on the board. I tried.
Yes. Cory Live's attempt at surfing is at the tail end of this episode, so make
Yeah.
sure you stay tuned to the very end, because
Yeah.
you'll get to see Cory trying to rise.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Something tugged in his heart, and he said,
Beyond my
"I can do
knees."
this."
I got up to my knees, then I got up to my feet for a second, and my rise was
Yeah.
quick. The rise,
Yeah,
sometimes your
yeah.
rise is only a split second, so don't blink. You might miss it.
Right. Yeah. I think
But-
it was once. I think it was like 1,000. Yeah, I think it was about
Yeah.
1 second. Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
so-
two, close to two. Close
So
to
you
two.
may if you tune in and check it out all the way to the end, you might be seeing our year in review blooper reel, one of the entries for top 10 bloopers of the Rise Effect for 2023.
Yeah.
But But yeah, it's so great, such great stuff. And again, I think we cannot like, if you think, oh, my friend's got a story, but I don't know, every story counts. Like, we are always looking for nominations. And if you go to theriseeffect.tv, that's the website. There's a nomination tab. Make sure you could submit. Like, we look at every single submission that comes in because everybody's got a story to tell.
Yeah.
And so, if you know somebody, push it out there, let them see it. If not, like Tymme always says, the best thing you can do is share the episode. Is just share these episodes with people. Let them see what the world is doing, what people are doing out there, because our this domino effect that we want to create is to be the rise. And the only way we can be the rise is to push this in the direction of people who need to hear it and see it.
Yeah. And I think, based on what you said, I think we're inspired when we see other people doing things that might not be, something that fits their comfort zone, fits their future, where they thought like, yeah, this is what I'm going to do, years down the road. They just kind of ran into it. And because they listened to that tug, it stirred something enough where they created an opportunity for them to really change other people's lives. So I think, there's so many things we consume watching YouTube and television, and you have to be entertained, of course, but what is inspiring you, right? It's just not feeding yourself with more entertainment. Well, why don't you be entertained, listen to people's stories, and allow that to plant a seed for an opportunity for you to catch some kind of rise that allows you to be influential, allows you to be impactful, allows you to touch and reach other people, and make their lives better. Because when we do that, then we've created a society that can really be sustained through anything like a pandemic or anything that we face, political falls, economical challenges. Like if we just keep on trying to rise against all these things that we face, then eventually we're a strong pillar together.
And this is our community, right? This is a community that we love being a part of, that we love opening the door to, and we love folks who comment and share and get to be a part of it. Shout out to our super fans. Sue, she's in the house. Shout out to Sue, massive super fan who we love. Of course, we got Tara in the house, super fan. She has to be a super fan. She's stuck with me. It's the way it goes.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. But yeah, no, we love doing this. We love being able to share these stories. So the more y'all watch, the more y'all get this in front of people, the more we can continue to tell these stories. So so thanks for letting us kind of be a conduit to these worlds. We love being a part of it. Each and every Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific, it's a new episode. It's a live. It's a teaser.
An update, or just something. Content.
Love you too, Sue.
Time.
We love you too.
Yes.
We are just going to continue to bring it. So whatever it is, it's each and every Tuesday, our commitment is to get you, get something new in front of you. So go out there and be the rise. And we're on to June already.
Yeah, June's gonna be great. We were talking
June. We got some stuff coming up in June.
I think next week we'll talk a little bit more in depth. Next Tuesday, we'll share what June's gonna look like. We try to drop at least 2 episodes a month, between lives and teasers and updates and such. So I think we're gonna have 2 amazing episodes that, again, people doing great things in their community, people doing great things in their industry and calling. And I think you're gonna love what we're gonna offer you guys.
All right. Till then, you know what to do. Be the rise.
That's what I was waiting for.
I have so many buttons here now because we're like, it's like we got a split screen thing. We're going next level, guys. We are. I don't know if it's just, all this stuff is next level. This was actually. That's the sound effect I should have played for your bike ride at the beach.
Yes.
All right. Well,
I picked the nice and comfortable bike ride on the cruiser.
You did.
3-foot waves. So
you were chilling.
You know, like
Yeah.
we
It's okay.
juggle like who's gonna ride the bike, who's gonna surf the waves. Cory.
Yeah, we did a little rock paper scissors, and I lost. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
how we do it. But all right, we will see you back here next week, y'all. Thanks for tuning in.